Have you ever picked up a prescription from the pharmacy and wondered why almost every pill bottle is the same translucent orange color? Whether you're getting antibiotics, vitamins, or medication for a long-term condition, those familiar orange bottles seem to be everywhere. But is it just tradition, or is there actually a scientific reason behind that choice? As it turns out, that humble plastic bottle was carefully designed to solve several important problems all at once. Today we're uncovering why pill bottles are orange, where they came from, and why that color has remained the pharmacy standard for decades, right here on History of Simple Things. Prescription medications weren't always stored in plastic bottles. Before the mid-20th century, pharmacists commonly dispensed medicine in clear glass containers. Glass was durable and chemically stable, but it had obvious drawbacks. It was heavy, expensive, and easy to break. As prescription drugs became more common after World War II, pharmacies needed a safer and more affordable alternative. By the 1950s and 1960s, lightweight plastic containers began replacing glass. Around the same time, pharmaceutical companies and pharmacists realized that many medications were vulnerable to sunlight. Instead of using completely opaque containers that hid the pills inside, manufacturers developed translucent amber-colored plastics that balanced visibility with protection. Over the years, improvements in plastics and child-resistant caps helped create the familiar prescription bottle we know today. The biggest reason pill bottles are orange, or more accurately amber, is to protect medicines from light. Many medications contain ingredients that slowly break down when exposed to ultraviolet or UV light and even certain wavelengths of visible light. This process, known as photodegradation, can reduce a drug's effectiveness and in some cases alter its chemical composition. Amber-colored plastic acts like a filter. It blocks much of the harmful UV light while still allowing pharmacists and patients to see roughly how many pills remain inside. It's a practical compromise between complete visibility and complete protection. If you've ever noticed that some cough syrups, liquid medicines, or vitamin bottles are also amber-colored, they're relying on exactly the same principle. At first glance, a clear bottle seems like the obvious choice. You could easily check how many pills are left without opening the cap. Unfortunately, clear plastic offers very little protection from UV radiation. Over weeks or months, that extra exposure can gradually reduce the stability of certain medications. On the opposite end, completely opaque white bottles block much more light, but they create another problem. Pharmacists can't easily inspect the contents without opening the container, and patients can't quickly see whether they're running low on medication. Amber plastic strikes a balance. It protects light-sensitive drugs while remaining translucent enough for everyday use. For many prescriptions, it's simply the most practical option. Interestingly, not every medication actually requires an amber container. Some medicines are highly sensitive to light and absolutely benefit from extra protection. Others are relatively stable and could safely be stored in clear containers. However, pharmacies usually standardize their packaging rather than stocking several different bottle colors for different prescriptions. Standardization saves time, reduces mistakes, and ensures that medications with unknown or varying light sensitivity still receive adequate protection. It's a classic example of creating one reliable system that works well for almost everything. That said, some specialty medications do come in different containers supplied directly by manufacturers. Certain injectable drugs, eye drops, biologic medications, and liquid prescriptions may arrive in opaque white, blue, or even clear packaging depending on their specific storage requirements. While the amber color gets most of the attention, the bottle itself is packed with thoughtful design features. The plastic used is typically high-density polyethylene, or HDPE. This material is lightweight, durable, moisture-resistant, and chemically stable, making it suitable for storing a wide variety of medications. Then there's the child-resistant cap, introduced after growing concerns about accidental poisonings during the 1960s. Following regulations introduced in the early 1970s, pharmacies widely adopted the familiar push-down-and-turn safety cap that's now found on most prescription bottles. Although adults may occasionally find them frustrating, these caps have helped prevent countless accidental poisonings among young children. Many bottles also include cotton or small desiccant packets to reduce moisture during shipping and storage, helping certain medications remain stable for longer. Some people transfer pills into decorative containers or weekly organizers. While organizers are convenient for daily use, experts generally recommend keeping medications in their original prescription bottles whenever possible. The original container protects against light, contains important labeling information, lists expiration dates, and helps identify the medication if questions ever arise. It also reduces the chance of accidentally mixing up similar-looking pills. Even with an amber bottle, medicine should still be stored in a cool, dry place. Ironically, the bathroom medicine cabinet, where many people keep prescriptions, is often one of the worst locations because frequent heat and humidity from showers can shorten the lifespan of certain medications. That familiar orange pill bottle may not seem particularly interesting, but its design represents decades of improvements in medicine, materials science, and public safety. The amber color isn't simply a branding choice. It's a carefully selected solution that shields many medications from harmful light while still letting pharmacists and patients easily inspect what's inside. So the next time you pick up a prescription, you'll know that the bottle itself is quietly doing an important job. Sometimes the simplest everyday objects are the result of years of scientific research, practical engineering, and countless small decisions designed to keep us healthier and safer. And that's exactly the kind of simple thing that has a surprisingly fascinating story behind it. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.